modern schemes, unraveling truths and chasing dreams.
Good morning. How are y'all? I see DeCusso and FBA combo. So this is our latest call to action. You're just gonna chill in the back? Okay, no problem. I sent out invites and tap the screen for me, please. So, the Republicans, if not mistaken, have come up with the Dignity Act. We can't actually vote. It won't be on no ballot when we do the midterm vote. But what we can do is make our opinions, our beliefs, and our facts heard if we write our local representative. So what the Dignity Act is doing is basically saying, hey, not everybody came here and became criminals and stuff like that. So there will be certain criteria that if an illegal immigrant meets, they'll be able to remain in the United States of America. So what I'm asking everybody to do, if you're not in agreement with that, yes, another rebranding. So DeCusso says yet another rebranding, correct. So if you oppose HR 4303, demand return home for these reasons. The Dignity Program is amnesty for undocumented immigrants. We want them to prioritize American citizens and legal residents. And of course, people of the soil, y'all. So don't get on. There's a difference between citizens and real Americans. I get it. No path to citizenship, no restitution fees, and we want them to enforce existing laws. So all undocumented immigrants, who we also call illegal aliens, should be returned home. And they could try it the right way. We do see what happens when recent Democrats are in office, right? Kamala and Joe Biden. The reason why New York has this gloom over it in other states, I guess people from other states and cities could chime in if they're in a sanctuary city, and tell us the changes to their community. We do know how disrespectful the Caribbean were last Juneteenth, and from what I'm seeing, the Africans are about to be just as disrespectful. I saw a promo of their Juneteenth event, which would start taking place in Texas, and then they have like a package program where they could go ahead to Ghana. And why was she dressed in like the advertisement had like a nightclub scene? And to be honest, it looked pretty cool, right? So there's a beach on Ghana that I seen way before this period in time, and it did look cool, right? It looked kind of tropical, but I ain't never known a Ghanaian to wear no like Caribbean type outfit. You know how the Caribbeans have carnival? They literally had a woman in carnival dress, and I'm like, I never seen that before. But I'm getting kind of off track. We do know that when America decides to take care of other people, the little crumbs that we have on our table, if we didn't do it for ourselves, the set asides that we fight for, we ask for, and we demand, literally goes to them. I don't know why J. Powell, or whatever her name is, Talib, is her name Talib? J. Powell Talib? Or Rashid? I don't know what the lady's name is. She's just not a black American, okay? She doesn't even have a typical American name. It's saying that the immigrants, the illegals, need some form of reparations because of ICE. I'm tired of them playing in our face. So every other country, except for probably Sentinel, they ain't got no immigration. You just can't go there, or you won't make it home alive, right? You just won't make it. So every country has immigration laws that are enforced. The Nigerians are being put out of Ghana, South Africa, and I believe some places in Europe. And the Haitians are being put out of some of those islands. And St. Kitts is acting like the Sentinels. Y'all just can't come here, period. right? So I don't understand why we're supposed to be the adoption center for the world. So if they came the wrong way and they are illegal or undocumented, well, I don't know how you really gauge undocumented. How do you know who these people are if they weren't documented? Somewhere along their path, they became documented. Probably because they were looking for handouts. Then they got to go back and do it the right way. And let's be honest, that is unfair to the people in their country who want to come in and do it the right way. They skipped the line. So this affects everybody. Even there are people who would probably do right over here in America and don't get in our business. Because, and it's also, um, we're not going to get them all out. And I don't mean just the illegals. I mean, there's a lot of legal immigrants that got to go. Like, I nominate Yvette Clarke for deportation. I nominate Wes Moore, Brian Donalds, Winsome Sears, AOC. Like, we could deport her to Cuba or somewhere. But they get in our politics and they get in our business. And they try to tether on, which really subjugates us further. And I know we say that not everybody is a tether. They're just not doing tetherish things, but somewhere along the line, and I really had to think about this, they have a little bit of thought that could be a tether. The whole, well, that's not everybody. My family came here the right way. That's all well and good, but I'm telling you, my people are harmed. So what are you doing, or what are you going to be willing to do to help us? So this is my latest call to action besides the email campaigns that I have. And I want to shout out All Access Viral Media or Viral Access Media. Sorry, Mike. I get the names mixed up. And Vic of My Black Universe. They have allowed me to sit on their panels on YouTube and get the message out about why it's important to not vote the couch for the midterms. I'm not going to argue about the president. Unless you come up there and tell me you're going to vote for Kamala again, then Houston, we got to have a problem. Yeah, so I've been able to just give a little bit more insight. Also, to show that New York FBA, we're still here. And some of the narratives that even our people outside of New York and even inside New York, because I get it. It really feels weird to come online and see the Latinos, the Caribbeans, and the Africans acting like they run New York. No, they just manipulated the government, but we're stomping the yard and we're still here. So shout out to Brother Melrose, who is now going viral for stomping the yard at National Action Network, which is Al Sharpton's convention, y'all. And he addressed the youth. And to me, I'm sorry, y'all, the younger generation, like the 30-year-olds, I don't know what generation you call them, I want to say millennials, telling them that they won't have no representation if they keep voting Democrats. No check, no vote. So Brother Melrose definitely stomps the yard for the lineage. Fellow Bronxite, making me proud, because the Bronx gets a lot of heat. New York gets a lot of heat, and then within New York, boom, the Bronx gets a lot of heat. So off code, my New Yorkers, so off code. We have everybody against it. Now I got to talk to my New Yorkers, my New Yorkers. But yeah, so we're going to take these hits, not only as a lineage, but as a city, a whole city. Don't get on no platform I'm in to talk about the Bronx, goddammit. I'm feeling good this morning. I just love when I'm able to see how delineation is. A certified salute to that FBA brother. Yes, FBA convo. And I take it you're talking about Vic, who I invited this morning. But I know everybody has things that they want to do. But I want to say delineation is working. And Brother Mike showed a few videos of how the melanated immigrants are committing crimes, some against our people, some for unaliving, but media is calling them the right way. And there's one white tea anchor, I believe it was, called saying that Haitians should have never been in this country. So they're not just labeling it as black crime. It's in the media. And I know people, oh, that's white tea, that's me. That's where you want it to be. Because that's who's going to start a trend where other white tea people in spaces we can't get in say, hey, that's kind of true. A Jamaican is not like a black American. And if black Americans are committing the crime, maybe we're targeting the wrong people because we don't know how they talk at the table. They got to say certain words, right? But we got to plant the seed, and how people nurture it is on them. But the seed has to be planted. And so far, we planted the seed. We're watering and nurturing it on our end. But now it's in mainstream media where they'll get into the places we just refuse to sit at because I ain't sitting with no Confederate flag waving. And to my American Indians who wave the Confederate flag, okay, it don't mean the same thing to everybody. It changes to something totally other than what you're trying to have it represent. But that's another topic for another discussion. So I just wanted to come on here and ask everybody to contact or find out who their representative is. And I pulled up a list. I'm going to go through it really fast, the information that I found off of an AI overview mode about more information such as who authored the Dignity Act. I believe they are Republican. And so we got to watch out for them because as somebody reminded me, some of these Republicans today are really Democrats in disguise. So we have to, get them on our radar. So the information is the Dignity Act of 2025, HR 4393. Is that what I have? Yeah, that's what I have there. Okay. Often referred to in the context of the 2025-2026 legislative session, is a comprehensive bipartisan immigration reform bill. It aims to simultaneously secure the U.S. border and provide a legal earned status for undocumented immigrants already in the country. Key provisions. The bill is built on several pillars designed to balance enforcement with humanitarian solutions. Dignity Program, a 7-year program for undocumented immigrants who have lived in the U.S. since before December 31st, 2020. Participants must pass a criminal background check, pay $7,000 in restitution, and remain employed. Dignity status. Upon completing the 7-year program, participants earn a dignity status, which provides indefinite legal presence and work authorization, but no direct path to citizenship. Border security authorizes $10 billion for physical barriers and surveillance technology and mandates 100% nationwide e-verify for employers. Asylum reform establishes humanitarian campuses at the border to process asylum claims within 60 days while providing access to medical and legal counsel. Dreamers provides a specific 10-year conditional permanent resident status for those brought to the U.S. as children with a potential path to full citizenship through education, military service, or work. Now I want to go to the stage in Congress. Good morning, Black American. Can you join the stage today? Let's see. Sometimes I don't want to be by myself. So the stages in Congress. The legislation has seen multiple iterations, but is currently in the early to middle stages of the legislative process for the 119th Congress, 2025 through 2026. Reintroduction happened on July 15, 2025. The bill was formally reintroduced in the House as H.R. 4393, following a previous version of H.R. 3599 that failed to receive a floor vote in the 118th Congress. Committee referral. It was referred to several committees, including the House Judiciary, Homeland Security, Ways and Means, and Armed Services. Active promotion. Early 2026. As of March 2026, the bill has not yet passed the House. Authors have launched a Dignity Tour and formed the Dignity Coalition to build momentum for a floor vote. Authors and key supporters. Here we go, y'all. The bill is led by a bipartisan duo and has gained significant support from both sides of the aisle. So the lead authors are Maria Elvira Salazar, representative from Florida, and Veronica Escobar, a Democrat from Texas. Yeah. I hate Black American House. So the Republicans that support it, listen, Don Bacon, I believe that's New England. Mike Lawler from New York. David Valadao from California. Dan Newhouse from Washington. Mike Kelly from Pennsylvania. Brian Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania. Gabe Evans from Colorado. And Monica De La Cruz from Texas. The Democratic supporters are Mike Levin from California. Adriano Espaillat from New York, Hillary Schulten from, I believe that's Michigan, Susie Lee, Nevada, Henry Culler, Texas, Pat Ryan, New York, and Amelia Sykes, Ohio. As of April 2026, the bill has 40 co-sponsors, split evenly with 20 Republicans and 20 Democrats. It is also endorsed by major outside groups such as the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the National Association of Manufacturers, and the National Associations of Evangelicals. Now, here's the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is the U.S. Freedmen's Project has been stomping the yard very hard in New York, trying to get people to sponsor a more constitutionally sound not reparations bill, a delineation bill, and by the grace of God, they found Nikki Lucas, who is foundational, and as of the last update I got from the U.S. Freedmen's Project, hearing them talk, I believe she finally found a co-sponsor. As New York had our reparation hearings has been going on for longer than a year. And they just found Nikki Lucas. I'm going to say they just announced Nikki Lucas recently and just announced a co-sponsor. That's two people for people who descend from those who built this land. But these immigrants, undocumented, can have 40 co-sponsors already. I don't
Grand
know how that's
Rising.
fair. Rich rising, rich rising. I see reparations on the horizon after I blow a gasket first.
And notice every name that you listed for the Democrats, every single one, Fitzpatrick, Irish, De La Cruz, some sort of Spanish descent, all
Right.
them different names, immigrant, immigrant, immigrant.
And the two authors are Latino descent or Hispanic, whatever. So here's my issue. I think this is the right time for them to try to pass this bill. The Democrats are literally calling for Trump to be impeached. So, and they're asking for help from the Republicans across the aisle, they call it. So I went and I screenshotted Malcolm X stating that the liberals are the worst. And I got in the comment section and I said to my foundational Black Americans, please don't jump on no bandwagons. Remember the words of I said, no, I think I told them 1% of immigration harms foundational Black American communities. I said, and remember our great leader, our great activist, our great, Malcolm X. Here you go. And I put the screenshot. I said, don't listen to this lady. That is white tea people business. That ain't our fight. Mind your business. Basically. I saw Ronnie Mack peeking. I see Black American Radio. Good morning, fellas. Go ahead, Black American House.
And see, what's so crazy to me is how a lot of YT Republicans are switching from being Republican to Democrat now since because I even know some personally that
Oh,
have
wow.
had to they are leaving switching sides because they can't get the illegal immigrants to work for them no more because they were benefiting from all that illegal immigration. And I'm at the point I even told them to their face, I'm happy that's happening because that means you need to pay people living wages and pay us what we owed. Because that should be the number one thing, paying what you already owe.
Exactly. So, not sure, because, sometimes the panels could blur within each other because I be on them so much. I finally been logging off and getting some rest. Um,
Self care is
America,
the best care.
yes, it is. It is. Plus, I don't like the bags under my eyes. Can't do that. But, so, so, America has a stain on its fabric, right? We did build the fabric, and when I say that, you know what I envision? The United States of America flag, right? So America has a stain on its fabric, and that stain will not be removed until they repair foundational Black American communities, restore it the way that it should be, return the stolen wealth. I think those people to living today have benefited enough. Um, did I give you a link towards an interaction we had with a Sicilian? And he was
I,
saying
s-
that his
I think I saw it, but I that you were talking about the Sicilian, but I don't. I think you. I don't know if it was on your live that you had on YouTube.
well, I had two interactions with different Sicilians, right? Could have been the same one, just changed the profile. I don't know. But this
Okay.
one came in a live that I was in. It's a late night live. And we were talking about Africa being bottom. Like we weren't talking
Oh
about
Lord.
anything to do with the white tea demographic. And here I look in the comments and I saw the problem is 15% of the population does 50% of the crime. And I looked at the host because I'm new to his platform
Hmm.
and I'm just getting, and so it was like, what? So he was like, yeah, you come up here and talk to us. So it's like an hour long discussion with the Sicilian. And like I told him, and when he got to rep, because we were focusing on that statistic and breaking down how now our delineation is showing how everybody, how who you think may be black is not black. But at the end, when I kept hearing him say, "Yeah, brother, yeah, you got a point, brother." When white people start talking like
Huh?
that, I asked them one thing, so they don't play in our face. I said, "Let me ask a question. What do you think about reparations for specifically foundational Black Americans?" He went to talking about his taxes, and then you
Oh
know what?
Lord.
He admitted his family migrated here from Sicily.
Sicily.
Well, he's Sicilian, so I think it's Sicily. He just said his family migrated here. And so, I said from this point on, this conversation is a courtesy conversation because at the end of the day, you really don't have no say in what we're demanding from our government. And
Let
the
me
same,
interject real
hmm
fast
yeah.
because since he's talking about all that stuff and how he if he made money in America, if he has so much money, Sicily is they still have their €1 home project going on where they're trying to get people from their little Sicilian diaspora to have them to go back there and to rebuild Sicily because people have been leaving Sicily since like the 50s because a lot of jobs left from Sicily. They initially started going into continental Europe and then coming like over here, Australia, and everywhere.
Mm.
Why don't you go back over there and
Well,
get one of them €1 homes and fix that up and you go do live over there? But he
so
ain't gonna do that.
of course not. The host did bring up that the people in Sicily, the elders over there, are like malnourished or something, as he was saying. But I'll give you the link and you can watch it. It's an hour long.
Okay.
Stop it if you need it. But like I told him, from this point on, it's a courtesy conversation. What we're demanding from our government is none of your concern. You really don't have a say in it. But remember this. The same way your family migrated here willingly, they willingly took on the debt of this country. They took on the accomplishments, the
Exactly.
joys, the pains, and the debt. And that debt is what's owed to my ancestors, reparations. And America is about inheritance. As a genealogist, I could look at a form and see where white enslavers willed some of our ancestors to their heirs. And so our birthright, when I look at the good morning, D Sahara, when I look at the wealth gap, I'm not looking at the buffer classes. I'm not looking at the Asians. I'm not looking at the Caribbean, the Africans. I'm looking at the large number that they tell me will take centuries to close, and reparations will help with that. So let's not get it twisted. Everybody still benefits who willingly migrated here and talk about their taxes. But that wealth from the white tea people, some of the wealth you're enjoying, the doorknob that you turn, and if you eat ranch dressing, guess what? That was my ancestors.
Hmm.
So these white tea people got to get it together, honey. You willingly migrate to a country, um, then you're going to take on their debt. Because guess what? You ain't crying that the Obama gave one of the largest amounts to a certain native tribe. I don't mean our indigenous, I mean native.
Hmm.
He also gave the small hats, if not mistaken, and Guam. And like nobody has a problem with all these other people, and we see what the representatives are trying to do now.
Native
Karen Bass,
Hawaiians.
if not mistaken, Karen Bass is giving the immigrants over there, the undocumented illegal ones, some form of money because they can't work. So they say because
Wow.
of ICE. That's if I'm not mistaken. But good morning, Miss Eureka. How are you?
Good
Good morning,
morning.
Chris.
Good morning. I'm doing
Hey.
okay. I'm having a little bit of a sinus problem today,
Uh
but
oh.
I'm okay. And don't forget about the Homestead Act. Don't forget those
Hmm.
Ellis Islanders that came over here was given free land. A lot of them was given free
Hmm.
land from the
Yeah.
government.
Yeah.
The land that was literally ours.
Right.
And that's how a lot of them continue to have generational wealth.
That's why it's
Hmm.
a lot of Italians in like Ohio.
That's just crazy to me. But yeah, so we can no longer um we have to hold our representatives accountable. So Jerika, on the prompt there is that there's a Dignity Act that was introduced by a Republican and a Democrat. I just read it. Both are some type of Hispanic Latino background. And what the Dignity Act would do would basically give many of the undocumented who could reach a certain criteria path to citizenship. They would have to pay like a $7,000 restitution fine or something, prove that they don't have no criminal background since they've been undocumented here, right? And the undocumented date, did I say 2020? The Black American, they have to had to been in the country since like 2020 or something like that. My thing is this. It's really unfair that they get to skip the line to people from their country who may want to come here the right way and assimilate. But that really ain't my issue. My issue is that whenever we have immigration, these people don't come here and help Black Americans. They
They
actually
don't.
siphon from our resources. And they actually have some anti-Black American sentiments. And I bet you it started from their homeland. It's not because they migrated here and had an argument with one of us. We can look at how they treat their indigenous slash black, so-called black or heavily melanated communities in their own country to see how come they have those sentiments. Of course, they're going to take it out on us if they feel we look like those people. They're programmed that way. And because of a bad interaction. And I don't even believe it's because of the, I think that's a script. What do y'all think, y'all, when they say, oh, when we were going through immigration, they told us to stay away from you. And I'm like, that got to be a script. Because
You know, it's
nobody,
a
No.
script. It's a script. And the reason
yeah,
why I say it's a script is because guess what? They say, well, they taught y'all the same way to dislike, well, the HATE us, and they told us the HATE y'all and to stay away from y'all. No. See, this is the thing. Black Americans, we understand what the white. If we're gonna sit there and say somebody trying to tell us something about somebody, we know that the YT lie. Y'all think the YT, everything the YT says is true, and y'all think that
Hmm.
being close to them is like gonna get you money and gonna make you feel get richer. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Then they gotta make up their mind though. BX. First they say that they get told that in the immigration, right? Then the other thing they say, well, it's because of the things we watched on movies and TV shows before we came over here. Make up your mind.
Then you should
Is
have
it
been
what the
watching Living Single,
is it what the
not
YT people said, or is it the
right.
TV shows and the movies? Make up
Cause
your
Living
mind.
Single wasn't on that.
Show wasn't. They didn't even.
Y'all were watching Friends.
They were Ross and Rachel. And they only saw black people. What, a good 5 or 6 black people in the whole time it been on. Come on now.
Right.
I'm sorry, BX. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's what this space is for. Get it out, shit. We need an echo chamber before we gotta go over there and deal with everybody. So
Yesterday was mainly my day of observation.
what is that?
Oh, that mean I was, instead of going on a lot of lives or panels or going in a lot of rooms, if the live was on my For You page, I did not enter the live. I just stayed on the outside and observed.
Yeah, sometimes we have to do that, and I'm not going to say no names, but a lot of us are kind of in tensions with the other. So I have to look into a room before I go in because at this stage in the game, I've named this year the year of action. The panels are nice, but this is TikTok. If we don't like each other, because we're not all going to get along, we don't have to talk about each other. Just go to your respective corners and do your work. Some of us are
Yes.
in crunch time, right? What I mean
And
by that
staying
is
on
that,
code
right.
because even we gotta have some sort of united front at this point. Like it don't matter what if you uh FBA, ADOS, Indian, whatever or whatever else the that's dividing us. We need to kind of like realize that we all in this same position right now and get to the point to where we can have some sort of united front, not seeing us bicker and back and forth online. That should be like back in like a Zoom meeting if you're gonna have something like that.
Well, this
To
is my
where
thought on that. Being a unified front means y'all also don't have to go in each other's space. I should be
that too.
confident, right? So let me get this out. I should be feel confident enough to know that I'm here with who. That's why I say open panel, meaning y'all come in and I try to go live before like D and Black American and all those platforms go up so that way I can remain a part of their conversation. But here we have ours. I should feel confident enough to have our conversation and know that on not on any other room or panel somebody's talking about me just because they ain't like the way I did something. And that's a unified front too. Don't
Hmm.
disparage each other on different panels. I don't
Right.
even think that we should take certain things to, well, you got to take certain things to the back chat. But then that opens up a whole nother can of worms because you don't know who the double agent is. This person may like this person that you're talking about more, so they run back. I went to this meeting and they were talking about you, and then bam, right there on the panel, we all tussling again. So we got to
Mhm.
understand that there is one goal. What's the goal? The goal is to advance the lineage and get the reparations, right?
Yep.
We
Yep.
a
Mhm.
lot of us aren't even in the same state or city. How can we affect your life? But the
That's
way I
true.
could affect your life is by not advocating for you or saying I don't think you deserve because you ain't do this. Like no, we are gonna move forward as one unit, but we can have, I don't want to say separate. We can have a common understanding that we're just not all going to get along, but we don't have to disparage anybody of the lineage for the simple fact that we're all here to restore, repair our communities. The goal is reparations.
In every sense of the word.
Exactly. Yup. So I was like, sleep. Then I woke up, saw some shit, and said I'm gonna stay off some shit. But I had an 8. Oh, I went on Afro Lee side, and then I had at 8 o'clock. But it's like I don't want us all arguing and bickering. And if I do speak up for somebody, no, before a lot of y'all got on here, I was the one under attack. So if I'm taking up for what I think is the underdog, or you may see as the underdog, or somebody that's everybody's coming after, that's because I know what it's like to be on these panels by yourself. So don't get it twisted that me and these people have been talking offline and we like the best of friends. At one point in time, I was the enemy to everybody. Why? Because I was saying this one's a op, that one's a op. Why you got that one on your panel? And what I found out the hard
Exactly.
way, yeah, what I found
You
out the
got to
hard
get
way.
them out the way because they going to
Wait a
ruin
minute, wait a minute, wait a
everything.
minute. Let me land. What I found out the hard way is you can't tell people, grown people, how to run their platform. So keep that in mind, y'all. That's just my experience.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I annoy people with my lives because I be singing. You know what I can't sing? And my goal on Sundays is to
Uh-huh.
annoy my sister. So
Oh,
that is, oh yes, that be my goal. And she called me out this time. She's like, I know what
thank
you're
you,
trying
sweet
to do.
Lola. Hmm. Yeah.
I'm the baby, so yeah, she be cooking and I try to annoy. That's all. It's all love. I even told her, BX, I'm a big girl. I
Hmm.
told her yesterday, I'm your baby sister. You used to hold me when I was a baby. You should still be able to pick me up.
Uh,
The way my sister
Uh,
snapped and said, it's a size difference. It's a size difference.
uh, that's funny. So yeah, so the calls to actions are important. I'ma just say this. I'm minding my business. So if I don't come in your room a lot anymore, I'm trying to avoid the drama because for me, I named this year of action. When I say some of us are in crunch time, what I mean is I can look at New York and see how we being overrun and out manipulated by the immigrants and our reparations hearings. I can look at Chicago, and because I'm kind of tapped into Afro Elite and I watch his videos, he's sitting in the reparations hearing having the Hispanics run up on him, right? I could look at places like who else is acting up?
if they
Other
run up
places,
on me,
Florida,
I'm gonna put some
Florida
cayenne
got to be
pepper.
acting up. Florida's probably acting up. Nowhere is safe at this point in time. So some of us who have reparation hearings, oh Cali, how could I forget Cali? Brother Black Vanguard has a representative that he is pushing. I want to know if that's him, but he'll tell me. He has a call to action to put our people in office. We got to put some money behind them. The last I heard, he was asking for $5 from 55 people so that they could get the problematic representative out of that seat and get one of ours in. I tagged a few people. Some responded. I don't know who else responded, but great job if you shared the information and even donated. He's asking for $5. So get in touch with Brother Black Vanguard. Ask questions about the candidate if you want to, but just know $5 goes a long way when we're trying to get one of our butts in them seats. Good morning, Original.
Rising to you, BX. Hey, I want to thank you for this information because I did not know. I mean, I had heard about the Dignity Act,
Uh-huh.
and I'm planning on reading it. I'm
Okay.
doing some stuff around the house right now, but I plan on reading it, and I do plan on extending an email to my representative up there in Congress because see, here's the issue, BX. The person, see, on the local, state, and federal level, we're not being represented. Okay, look at how, like you said earlier, what's going on up there in New York with that, with the reparation demand and what you all are trying to do with this, what they call it? I can't think of the word. The
The segregation
delineation.
bill?
Yeah, yeah, disaggregation bill, the disaggregation bill. And
Hmm.
see, because you have to be specific. These other groups that come here, they're not standing in solidarity with us. And let me tell you about my representative up there in Congress, Nakima Williams. Yes, I'm gonna call her name out. I don't care if she knows it. If you go to nakimawilliamhouse.gov and then you click on about, and then click on key issues, what will another page will come up on the left side of that page. You will see all this stuff she's supposed to be fighting for. Now, she represents a majority black district here in the state of Georgia, right? But on there, she got the what she gonna do for the rainbow community, and when you click on it, it brings up like 3 years how she had vehemently fought for the rainbow community. Nothing specifically for us. This is not acceptable. I've already sent one email to her asking her something, and I'm just gonna keep sending them because my thing is this: if we don't start notifying these people, making the block hot for them, they're gonna continue to do what they do. Because these Spanish-speaking people, they don't like us. Look at how they treat the melanated people in their own countries. They're not treated well. And so, people, we have to get this message out. We have to start getting this message out and getting more people to hold spaces on it, even if we have to hold a space ourselves. Okay, we got to get this message out, and we have to start bombarding these people with this message. Because first of all, look, these people came here illegally, and then when Jim Crow Joe opened up the border, he allowed all kind of criminals and this, that, and whatever to just come over here, not vetted. And when I'm looking at some of these ICE captures, it's showing these people had committed unalivings in their own countries, and they're trying to come over here and hide. But yet they come over here, and and some of them are still committing assaults and unalivings here. So, people, we must stand together. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. I said, mm-hmm.
I thought somebody said okay, but yeah, people, look. We must see. We have look at BX is in New York. I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia. But see,
Me too.
we huh? Who's that now?
Me too. I'm in Georgia.
Okay, but
I
see,
know
we
exactly
see
what you talking about because she fighting all for the white YT LGBTQ, and that's a problem. And you absolutely right.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. We got to let these people know. Look, and see, but see the problem is, see, I went to one of her town halls, and it was me and Miss T. And it had a whole bunch of old folks like that great brother, what's his name, Melrose, went into Al Sharpton's lair and told them, if y'all ain't got no check, you ain't getting our vote. I salute that brother and I support him. I have to stand with that brother because he is fighting for the future. And that's what we must do. And so I'm just asking everybody as much as possible, those who will listen, just ask people to start contacting their representative. And see, the way they do it now, people, is you can go to their page and contact them. And see, again, here's the fallacy of what they do. They want you to contact them, but see, you got to put in your name, your address, and all of that, which, fine. I don't care if you know where I live. But see, here's the issue with that. Here's the issue I take with that. Their vote not only has an effect on their district, it has an effect on the entire country if this thing passed. But see, they don't want people from other states contacting them. You see, that's not fair. Because if your vote has an effect on the entire country, but then the entire country should be able to contact you. That's how that should work. But yeah,
If you
I
have
haven't.
I
Oh, go
know
ahead,
if
go
you have
ahead.
a family member who owns real estate and you directly correlated to them, because sometimes you might be a beneficiary or you might be someone who's like a head of their estate, you might technically be able to get around that.
Let
Yeah.
me let me
Uh-huh.
say something to you, original. Nakima
Sure.
Williams, I believe I had to look into her because I was looking up all the things that Yvette Clarke was successfully passing. See if Nakima Williams has a connection to Yvette Clarke in a Haitian bill. They were able, and I believe it's Nakima Williams from Georgia, but double check me on that so you can see something else that she's doing. It's not just for the rainbow community. She is helping the Haitians if she's in alignment with Yvette Clarke because they worked on a bill or something together. That's what I
Okay.
looked up in earlier
Do
research.
you if you can send me the name of that bill or whatever,
I
uh
got my
uh
computer open. Go ahead and talk while I look it up
yeah,
and make sure I have this
okay.
information
See,
correct.
see, see, I want everybody in this room and everybody that may hear this. You all see what's happening right now. I'm here. I'm in full support of BX. But what she just dropped on me is a Haitian bill that my representative may be fighting for, and that goes against my best interest because these Haitians don't like Americans. They're over here trying to harm us. So it is essential that I stand with people. That is why people. Let me share it over here. This is why I try to get up every day. When I get up, I try to send those emails for Sister Brooke when I get up in the morning. Send them around noontime or afternoon or whatever, and send them again before I go to bed.
I
See,
have one for
this
you
is.
to send to for me, but I got the name of it. I
Hold
got the
on, let me
name
get
of
my
the
pen
bill.
here.
So it was Nakima Williams. So the bill that Nakima Williams and Yvette Clark collaborated on to support Haiti and its people is the Haiti Economic Lift Program. The acronym is HELP. Um, Extension Act. So let me read it again so you get it. The Haiti Economic Lift Program Extension Act, formerly H.R. 6504 in the 119th Congress. Do you want the details about it? Because the details came up too.
Yeah, if I could, okay. It's
Hmm.
called the Haiti Economic. What Haiti Economic? What now?
Lift Program Extension Act. You ready for the rest of this?
Okay. Yeah, let me get near my computer so I can try to pull this up.
No problem.
That's
And
what I
so,
try to do too.
okay, yeah. So it says, while Gregory F. Murphy, a Republican from North Carolina, is the primary sponsor of the current version, both Williams and Clark have been instrumental in its advancement through the Haiti Caucus and the Congressional Black Caucus. Key legislation and efforts for Haiti. The Help Extension Act. This bipartisan bill extends duty-free treatment for Haitian apparel and textile exports through December 31st, 2028. It is a critical economic driver for Haiti, supporting its apparel sector and preserving thousands of jobs. Haitian Hemispheric Opportunity through Partnership Encouragement. The acronym for that is HOPE. Clark and Williams as co-chairs and leaders within the Haiti caucus. Your representative is on the Haiti caucus. Okay, let's
My,
keep
my,
going.
my, my, my.
Yes.
Y'all hear
Oh,
this?
huh?
I said, y'all see the information that we coming to when we band together? This is why
Yeah.
we must work together, people.
Yeah. So Clark and Williams, as co-chairs and leaders within the Haiti caucus, led a congressional Black Caucus letter in July 2023 calling for the early renewal of both the Hope and Help Acts to ensure economic stability amidst Haiti's ongoing political crisis. TPS for Haiti, HR 1689. Both representatives are strong advocates for the temporary protected status designation for Haiti. And in late 2025 and early 2026, they supported efforts to require the Department of Homeland Security to maintain these protections for Haitians living in the U.S. due to rampant GANG violence and instability in their home country. Status of the Help Extension Act. As of early 2026, the legislative progress for H.R. 6504 is as follows. Introduced February 2025, reported to House December 30th, 2025, passed House January 12th, 2026 under a suspension of the rules with bipartisan support. Current status. It is currently awaiting further action in the Senate as of April 2026. We got to tell people to get on that. But if y'all heard me speak on these caucuses when I'm on the panels, and I only attribute it to Yvette Clark, but I also mentioned Ayanna Presley is all like on the Caribbean caucus, so is Maxine Waters. But I always say that Yvette Clark secures tangibles for the people here, the Haitians and the Caribbean, right? As well as funding for their homelands. So there you go, right there. They're getting stuff to enrich the textile and secure jobs over there in Haiti. So this is benign neglect. And they're using the Congressional Black Caucus for blackness, listening. So when we say Yvette Clarke isn't doing anything for us, they can say, yes, she is. As a member of the Congressional Black Caucus or as the chair, she successfully got Haiti or whatever, or got funding for XYZ. Meanwhile, it's going to Haiti.
And not us as American citizens.
Yeah. So see, people, y'all see what the assignment is, and we have to start shit and see. And here's what we have to do: we can put stuff on our phone. So, and don't waste a lot of time with the people, cause a lot of the see. I was on somebody's panel last week, and they did, and see here's what I did. I started citing specific representatives who do not represent Black Americans. And I start, and then, and these were like, what they call, vote blue Democrats. They did not want to hear it. And so when I started talking specifics, they got upset. So somebody sent up a Galaxy and kicked me off the panel. They said, well, you got to pay a Galaxy. I ain't paying a damn thing. I left the room. And if I never go back to that room again, I'm good with that too. See,
Wow.
at that point, it became a pimping scam. So you want to pimp me for money to get me to, so I can come back up and have a conversation with you. No, I'm not going to give you any money for that. Just because they got mad because I said Kamala Harris. They said her name is Kamala. I said, I'll pronounce the name in the damn way I
Kamala.
please.
I'll call
You
it
know?
Kamala.
Yeah. And I
Kamala
don't
with the
owe
color
her any
green.
respect. Look, and when I told them, I said, look, she said with her chest that she wouldn't do anything that would only benefit us. Why in the hell would I be concerned about pronouncing her name correctly? That's insane. But that's how brainwashed these people are, and this is how important what this platform that BX has right now, even though it's not a lot of us in here, that's why this is so important, because now I see what I must do before this day is over. I must send that email letting my representative know how is it that you can fight vehemently for a foreign group of people, but the people in your district you're not doing a goddamn thing for. We sitting up here thinking that you representing us. You representing every demographic except for us. Haitians
And
are not Black Americans.
gentrifying.
And gentrifying. You got that right. And
Because
we're
the
going
way
to...
my grandfather area is in Atlanta, ain't nothing but YT people now.
See,
And
I
Mm-hmm.
would say
immigrants.
this. When I found out that she was working with Yvette Clarke, I tried to look into her genealogy to make sure that she is whether she is Black American or Haitian American, and there's nothing to indicate that she is Haitian American. So I did cover that route, but also original and the Black American house. Y'all go ahead and double check me on that because y'all may find out something that I don't know. Right? And keep me posted on all progress. If y'all need me to sign anything, help you start an email campaign, I'm perfectly capable to do that. I also have 2 email campaigns down there. Y'all already have Brooks, but this one is mine. What I'm supporting to make sure that nobody, especially Ghana, the AU, the Caribbean, and all these other folks, can't use our collective net worth when they're asking for reparations. I don't even think they should have their reparation talks on this soil. But we have to remember these people aren't having a Black experience in America. They're having an immigrant experience. So it's just to set some boundaries what they can and can't do, and it's based off of the United States of America decision to vote no for their reparations plan. Cause they ain't know they not using how dare they? But what I'm finding is a lot of these representatives won't help us. Even say we should move on from slavery. They say a lot of things, but then turn around when they want to get something for their demographic, foreigners, and say just like
Mm-hmm.
Black Americans, ICE is like Triple K, and just like Black Americans face, we face that today. They're not facing what we face, and they still not facing what we face because nobody's helping us.
Exactly. And let's see, and the black what's your name called? The Black American. We're gonna
Huh?
have to. I'm sorry. Hold on for a minute, friend. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. The black. Yeah. We're gonna we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk offline. And what part of Georgia do you live in?
Lana.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk offline because Miss T, she has been going to these Fulton County reparations discussions, and I'm trying to and we need to go there and help support her and speak up as well because see the reason these people are able to do this because we are quiet and until we start to make noise and make things and push things in the manner in which they should be pushed, they're not going to change. And that's why I do not have a problem speaking up. I mean, I'm not going to go out there and just be, just cussing and going on. I ain't got that. Don't do anything, but going out there with facts. Because see, let me tell you when Miss T, because I contacted her about that, Nakima Williams, so-called town hall, and see, I took a little portfolio with me, and I had printouts of, like I had a printout of this. Cities for Action. And so there was one, it was a YT woman who I think she's running for Fulton County Commissioner. And so we started talking and we said, well, no, that doesn't represent us. And Miss T said, have you heard of Cities for Action? And you know what? Bam! I popped out that City for Action printout and gave it to her. See, when we go to these places, we have to go armed with information. So when they say something, we got factual documentation to back it up, and letting them know as to why we are doing what we're doing. We're not against anybody, but we're putting ourselves first because no, even the how can see this is what gets me. How can you be in a majority black district and you don't speak up for black people? This is insane. It's beyond insane. So that's why it's important for us. I mean, I got some things that's coming, that's coming down the pipe, and as soon as they arrive, I'm going to be even more vocal than what I don't want to say what it is right now
Mhm.
until it happens. But when it does, I'm going to be more vocal. I'm going to be doing all kind of things because if we stay silent, we lose. We must band together and make sure that we're still and BX, I need to know where I can get those emails that you got going on so I can start sending your emails too.
So
I
in
just
the chat, if you hold them down, it should copy it to your clipboard. You
okay,
see,
let me go
protect
okay,
the
let me
FBA lineage, sign and share. And then the other one is
okay.
stop erasure of Black Americans, demand Mandani's retraction. Mandani did give a small apology on a podcast. I thank her for being in the space to ask him, if he apologized, but the verbiage is still wrong because he didn't say freeman descendants. He didn't say those who built the nation who have been here. He said black New Yorkers, and all of a sudden we have a lady who may be Caribbean talking about, I checked the page. She definitely wasn't Pan African because she was in Ghana talking about black New Yorkers. You got work to do. Show up at the like totally tanking us, telling everybody to come and give their insight. No, we don't all go to a Native Americans hearing for anything that they have. I don't even know if we could go to the Latinos. We damn sure ain't go to the Asians, and we damn sure ain't giving no input on the small hats. We find out after they get their tangibles, and that should be the same thing, especially for us. These people got to get up out of our business, and so protect the FBA lineage, sign and share is designed to do that at least for the reparations here. They got to get out. They got to get out. They got to stop putting their nose where it don't belong because if they could govern so well and do so much better, they wouldn't be snaking us in our own government, and the countries would be developed, not just approaching development stage or underdeveloped. Like, how can you trust people whose homeland is a reflection of bullshit to come over here and govern us? It doesn't
Literally
make
and
sense.
figuratively.
It no longer makes sense to me. What they prove is what our elders been telling us all this time. All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Zora
And
Neale Hurston.
exact. Thank you. Thank you for the scholarship behind that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to log off and have my got my hot chocolate waiting for me, y'all.
Ooh.
But so I want to say this. I know it's just less than 10 people in this room, but my panels and my lives do go up on YouTube, so it'll hit at least another 80 people, and it'll germinate a seed within them, and how they nurture it'll plant a seed, and how they germinate and nurture it is on them. But as a grassroots journalist, this is my duty to inform and provide a solution, because this is the year of action for many of us. So, and please, let's limit the drama, y'all. New week, new goals, no new argument stuff. Okay, I like the way that sounds. Any final words, the Black American House?
I would just say if you're going to argue, it needs to be like behind the scenes, find somewhere like that's like a mutual safe place, I guess, in a way to try to like it potentially quash things out. If you can't quash it out, you need to go like y'all need to like separate from each other, but also still staying on code and realizing that we still have a mission. We're still trying to get tangibles. We're still trying to get our land. We're still trying to get everything that was taken from us that is rightfully ours. And that should be on our frontal lobes right now. It shouldn't be on all these little like ways to divide each other. We should be trying to find ways, to, in my opinion, to connect, even just temporarily, to get to our final goal, which is reparations for our lineage.
An anti-hate crime bill.
That too.
Original, are you there? I don't know if you got a call. Is some down? Hey, D Sahara. Yeah. So I
I'm
was
here.
saying that I was winding. Did you hear us? I said we were winding
Yeah.
down. Okay. Do you have
Yes.
any
So
final
I'm saying.
words?
Yes. I just want to say to the people that may hear this, this is what happened when like-minded people get together who are really about making things better for our entire group. We must stand and see now, BX. I'm going to have to add your two emails to my daily email that I've been doing for Sister Brooke. And see, now I have to add those to that, and with the host of other things that I'm doing. See, people electronically. See, it doesn't cost anything to send people these emails. We can do that for free. But see, you got to be willing to step up to the plate and help. Just sending emails to your representatives can help change this entire situation and letting them know. Because see, it used to be said that if they receive one letter, that's normally like 10,000 people with that same voice. But see, with the way things are now, who sending one email could represent over 100,000 people with that same voice. And so just understand that get involved. If it's nothing but sending emails every day, do that. That's better than nothing. And it's good to go and when people are having, go to people's lives, or they're having like a live forum or whatever. Go there. If you don't do anything but listen, gather the information, take notes. If you go to it live, always take a pencil and paper with you, or use your phone to record something, and that way you taking notes, and then you can come back home and look at what you have and make a better decision. We must start doing this, people, because we must connect on all levels and make sure that we're doing good. And I specifically like the point about us. Stop all the drama. I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care if you call yourself the side straddle hop. What the key issue is, we must come together and work and make things better for the children that's coming behind us. I want you all to think, what would Ida B. Wells and all of those great people, what would they have done? Look at the great work that they did with what they had, those newspapers and things, newspapers and letters. What do you think they would have done if they had access, to the internet and free email? What do you think they would have done with that? Everything would have been different. So we have to look at what they was able to do with the resources that they had, and look at what we must do, not what we can do, what we must do with the resources that have been given to us. And I don't want to take up time. I know you got to get off BX, but I just want to leave people with that. People get in, as Raphael Sadiq said, get involved. And I land.
Yes, and please, original, when you see me, because I'm gonna go live again this week. I might go live again tomorrow morning because I have a whole bunch of prompts set up, designed to call awareness in certain situations. I want to touch on the Caribbean in the UK, stating that the Africans or saying Black Brits may be erasing their culture. That's not our business. Every time we get involved with somebody else's business, we lose purpose and focus on our own. We got our own battles over here, okay? And as you can see, part of our cohesiveness is being nipped at with all the intra fighting or even minimal intra fighting can throw everything else off scheme for us. So I think sometimes we don't like the UK in our business. We don't need to get in theirs either. Lead by example. Mind our business when it comes to them. We got our own fight. And I'm going to kind of touch on that and get everybody else's thoughts on that. But again, when we pick up anybody else's battle, their whatever they're going through, right? We lose focus on us, and I think that's how we get overran too, and that's why everybody's looking for us to come out and be their so-called savior. The Mexicans, very anti-Black American, was out there talking about where are the Black people on here talking about this brown and Black unity. No, there isn't.
Never
So
had.
I want to touch on that, and I still have beautiful women that I want to highlight for Black American History Month, right? Women's Month. But the protest came, and we jumped into action on that, and I sort of lost track of that. So I have some really cool prompts. I want y'all to come back. I'm gonna try to figure it out as we move forward. But please come back, original, and tell us what
Oh,
you
yes.
found on your end with the information that was given to you today.
I sure will.
All right. All right. I love us for real, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day, and y'all could catch me on another panel acting up or something. All right. Y'all
All right.
have a
Love y'all
blessed day.
too.
All right. Peace.
Same. Be one.
Peace.
Be one.
Be one.
Be one.
It's the storyteller, bringing the spark. No one does it better. BX, you've heard the rest, but she's the best. Yeah, she's the best. Oh, from ancient tales to modern schemes, unraveling truths and chasing dreams.